Yes, a little bit. Got some hands. Okay. All right, some fist pumps. Perfect. Thank you.
I say this every game, and I'll say it again. I generally assume that anybody who's watching Derby in their free time probably knows how the game works, but just in case, I'm going to give you a quick rundown. Both teams are going to put 5 players on the track. We got 4 blockers, 1 jammer. Jammer's the one with the star on the head. Jammer's job is to get through that pack as quick as they can. Once they're through, they're going to try to do that lap, get back to the pack. As soon as they're back to the pack, they're going to start picking up 1 point for every member of the opposite team that they pass. The first jammer to break out is the lead jammer. The jams will last 1 minute if no one calls it off, but the lead jammer has the ability to call off that jam. So the jammer's job is going to be to pick up as many points as they can and also keep an eye on that other jammer and call it off before the other jammer gets any points of their own. Right now we got Malaboomer jamming for San Diego.
And we've got 666 Strange for Arizona. Strange working towards the front of the pack there, looking for an opening. San Diego doing a nice job kind of holding them back a little bit.
Boomer's stuck behind a solid wall, but just doing sort of like a push broom action in the back, kind of shoving that wall ahead.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are doing a really excellent job defensively.
Oh, but we have a star pass for Arizona. Yeah. To who dat?
Hurricane May.
To Hurricane May.
Hurricane May is easily identifiable because she's got the really big bows going on in the hair
Yeah.
this weekend. So May trying to push their way through the line of San Diego blockers there, makes it out.
Oh, Boomer almost out, but still having a tough time getting around that AZDD wall. We've got, and the jam time's out. This game is between the last year's first and second place teams.
Yes.
So this is definitely, of all of our games, I think this is the forecasted, and granted, that's based on my own knowledge. There is no real forecast, but forecasted to be the closest for sure.
Yes, absolutely. And I believe both teams have been eagerly awaiting this game.
Yes.
So this should definitely be a good one.
That is Rogue Rammer on the jam line for Slam Diego.
And we've got Dolly Spartan for Arizona.
Rogue getting a little stuck behind another 3-wall back here. Arizona's, if it works, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
That's exactly it.
It worked on Boomer. We'll see if it works on Rogue.
We'll see, but sometimes you got to switch that strategy up. Dolly is out
but
as
not
lead
this
jammer.
time.
Maybe next jam,
not
maybe
this
some
time.
jams down the road.
Rogue has popped the star off of her head as Dolly Spartan comes back around and ready to start picking up those points, but getting pinned to that top rail, the 5th blocker, as it were.
Yes.
Ooh, but Ralphie's chasing Dolly down. Almost got there in time, but not quick enough to actually slow them down.
Dolly is a little bit slippery that way, so no surprise that way. We've got some bumping and shaking there at the front of the pack. Some people out on the infield. Oh, somebody out of the track.
That is Valkyrie that just went over the side, but popping right back up on her skates. Looks okay.
Wow, let's get some applause for that. That's amazing.
A+.
And if we haven't said it at all today, that is why that yellow line is there.
Yeah.
Because that happens from time to time. You do not
Yes.
want to stand on the track side of that yellow line. You might get a fistful of skater. Faceful. There we go. Faceful of skater. So thankfully, everybody's up on their skates. Hopefully good. But yes, be safe out there, everybody.
Yeah, I don't know if we'd call that falling small, but we call it falling medium for sure. Kier managed to kind of slow the whole thing down and dismount. All right, that is Snips jamming for Slam Diego.
And Scarin Jaeger, 835.
Looks like we got one in the box for Arizona.
Yeah, so Scarin Jaeger's out as lead jam, coming around kind of hot there.
Snips is still trying to
Peck's,
fight through
Peck's got
that
some
wall
movement
there.
Yeah, it looks like that wall is comprised of Mimi and Dolly. If I'm not, Mimi. Oh, goodness, I'm doing good today.
Snips is
Mimi
out.
and Lightning, there we go.
There we go. Snips is out, and they go ahead and call that off. 5 points for Arizona on that last one. Bring the score to 22-0 with 11.5 minutes left in this half. That is Skid Vicious. Oh, I take it back. Looks like we might have a power. Oh, it's a power jam for Malaboomer and Slam Diego. Arizona
First power
also down a
jam
blocker
of the game.
Yeah, Arizona. Oh, Arizona may be down 2 block? No, down 1 block, it
Yeah.
looks like. So Slam Diego's got a power jam and a slight little pack advantage here, so we'll see if Boomer can make the most of it. Oh, and indeed, goes for the apex jump, lands it, beautiful. A
Hook
classic,
tried to do a hip check there, but just missed Boomer.
classic Boomer move, honestly.
All right, Pack is moving real quick now, trying to keep Boomer from scoring these points on a power jam.
Oh, a
look
second
at
apex
that.
jump. Oh, this is Boomer, like, at her finest. This is classic Boomer behavior. Anytime anybody asks me what got me into Derby, my answer is Boomer's apex jumps.
Arizona's still trying to keep things moving back there, make it a little more difficult. Boomer's having a little bit of a struggle, kind of meeting some of that Arizona opposition there, getting bumped around a little bit, trying to strategize, see where the best possible hole is. Hollywood giving a nice shoulder.
Looks like Slam Diego's torn between trying to catch a goat and sending some folks up to help Boomer out. But that was... I don't want to say any numbers until I'm 100% certain. That was 9 points for
9
Boomer,
points.
bringing the score
Very
220 to 9.
respectable jam.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Oh, but looks like maybe Boomer picked up. Yeah, Boomer picked up a penalty. I can't see what kind of penalty from here. That is
Oh.
very small writing.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I am begging for bigger, increase
It's a
the font
jammer
size.
penalty. We'll just call it a jammer penalty.
Thank you. Looks like we think it was an above the shoulder. Someone with marginally better eyesight than me up here. Well, hopefully significantly better, given that it's an eye. But
It looks like we got a timeout, or is this a challenge? I missed.
All right. Yes, it is a team timeout. Timeout, San Diego. Which means it's a pretty good time for us to go ahead and talk about. Oh yeah, let's talk about our refs real quick. We'll run down our ref roster. Once again, it takes a million refs to put on this game, and we really appreciate every single one of them. Today we've got Hassel Black as our head ref, Kingslayer, Infidel Castro, Metallic Kyle, Bell Bruising, Dave Brawlings, Helvetica, Chakilra, She-Ra, Bunny Holly, Lucy Fur, Shanimal, Judging Your Sins, Jacked Heart, Sis, Siren, Gigi, and Bender B. Rodriguez. Thank you all so very much. Couldn't do it without you.
Yeah, let's get a little bit of love for the refs here, because they do kind of control the game, keep everything in line, and hopefully make sure everybody stays safe. Also, big thanks to the medics. We've seen them in action a little bit today. Unfortunately, we don't like to see them in action, but we're all ever so grateful when they are here to help our skaters out. So much love to our medics as well. And we've got our first shout out. We've got shout out to my favorite skater, Impaler Swift. We love your strength, dedication, and passion for roller derby. Keep on kicking ass. That is from Pam. Thanks, Pam, for shouting out your favorite player. Remember, you can go to ArizonaDerbyDames.com, go to the tickets page, and you can actually do your own shout out for your favorite team or player, whether you're here in the rink or afar.
Those of you who are longer-term fans may also have noticed that Slam Diego's name changed between last battle and now. That is because the team recently gained ownership over itself, and so as such, they are in the process of kind of getting their fundraising and things rolling. So if you are interested in helping getting that off the ground, they are trying to put together enough to find themselves a new space, because they lost their space recently. So head to the Slam Diego Facebook page and help out if you can. We would really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's great. We gotta support roller derby, especially bang track roller derby, because there's not very many leagues out there that do it.
Yeah, especially banked is hard. It's hard to find the
Yes.
space. But all right, so this is it looks like this is our power jam, I believe, for Arizona.
Yeah, that's Hurricane May taking that power jam for Arizona. Looking to slide by. San Diego doing a nice job at shaving some time off the clock there.
Looks
Nice
like Arizona
blocking.
managed to get Ralphie trapped as a goat in the back there. forcing the pack to slow down a little bit here.
May dances their way through and coming around for another scoring pass here. We've got a little less than 9 minutes left on the clock. We've got 10 seconds left on the jam clock. May goes up against the rail but regroups. Looks like that was a nice shove there from 99, Wreckham Ralph.
Well, well, well. Looks like we got a Jax jam on our hands. That is Jax jamming for Slam Diego. And that is Princess Leia. Oh, there we go. I couldn't see the fourth number on the. I was like, there's no 218. Yeah. And they're off. Jax taking that high, running into the Arizona pivot right away, but getting a little bit of help from Hetty in the front. Princess Leia getting stuck behind Kier, and and look at that.
Jax is out.
Breaks out, picks up lead for Slam Diego. That is, I believe, San Diego's first lead of the game.
Princess Leia coming up behind. Let's see if Jax is going to go for some points here. Hopefully keeping Slay at bay, right?
Princess Leia now coming close.
Sleia's coming up. Ooh, Sleia's collecting some points here before Jax calls that off. All right, and I got to give a little shout out to somebody who's on the jammer line right now. Number 835, Skarin Yeager. One of my favorite players. Well, simply because I gave birth to her and all.
Oh, well, would you look at that? Well, we have something in common because one of my very favorite players is on the jam line right now. That is Rogue Rammer.
Nice.
I, however, did not give birth to her.
No, I don't think you did. No. All right, both jammers are heading through the pack here. A little bumping and shoving going on. Skarin Yeager takes the low and comes out. Well, it looks like San Diego's jammers struggling just a tad, but looks like getting to the front of the pack there. Some different kind of movement going on. Yeager coming around on the high.
If there's, I can't tell if there was a star pass or not.
You know what? I'm seeing some holding, and there's no stars on the helmet, so.
Yeah, it was a star stash. Rogie still got the star.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, because I was watching yesterday's San Diego game against LA from the gate of my extremely delayed flight to Phoenix, and San Diego had a couple of really solid fakey outy panty passes that worked really, really well for them. So
yeah, well,
you can never tell.
I've been
being
saying
sneaky.
since yesterday and today that Texas, I'm calling it theirs,
Yes.
the Ninja Star Pass.
Yes.
Because I literally am like, oh, okay, we're going. All of a sudden, whoa,
Yeah.
okay, we
Yeah.
have a new jammer.
All right, that is Boomer jamming for San Diego.
And see, and that is Holly Hood for Arizona. Both jammers jostling and moving really good. This
Yeah.
is very physical so far.
Yeah.
Lots of bumping.
Oof. Oh, and looks like Boomer is out.
Boomer is out. Holly
Picking
Hood
up
takes a
lead
bit
for
of a
San
tumble
Diego.
there.
Yeah, Holly
Has
Hood's
to
still
regroup,
at the
yeah.
back of that pack, but Arizona is determined to put an end to that situation if they can. Boomer now coming back around, picking up points, getting bumped out on the lower.
Yeah, that was
there.
that was a nice little bump by Dolly Spartan, getting Boomer off onto the infield. Ooh, nice one by Skid Vicious as well. Arizona's definitely trying to put a monkey wrench in here while Holly Hood is coming around. And Boomer calls it off. It looks like before Hood could actually get to any points.
5 points for Slam Diego on that last one. I believe all of Slam Diego's 14 points right now have been scored by Boomer. Oh, and the skaters are being asked to exit the track because I believe it's a official timeout. We already told you who the officials were, but we also want to let you know that if you are interested in being a part of the roller derby community, but you're not super into hitting people, fear not. There's plenty of other stuff that you can do. One of those things being that you can join the Regulators, which is the Arizona team of refs. The Regulators are always looking for dedicated and eager minds to learn the rule set and help keep their skaters on the track safe. Our regular team is an open gender team, and there are various levels of officiating that go on during roller derby bouts. Come be a part of the action and help our league grow. Ask any skater or ref how to get involved. And I do want to note also that you don't have to be able to skate. There's
No.
so many things you can do.
No, there's actually non-skating officials.
Yes.
So it's definitely a thing. So don't let that deter you if you want to get involved.
Yeah, like half of the officials are not on skates.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
And that's
so many
fine.
different
Some
things.
of them are, some of them aren't.
And,
you know what?
and
We're
some of the
flexible.
jobs are pretty approachable. I gotta be honest. Like it's because I've NSO'd a couple times. Usually they need me to announce, so I very rarely NSO. But you know, it can look intimidating from the outside. But there's plenty of things that, like being a penalty box timer, that's pretty approachable. You know, like you don't have to jump in and immediately know the entire rule set. So
Oh, absolutely. And of course, everybody's here to learn. Everybody here is here to grow and certainly to help each other. I mean, if you watch Derby enough, you know that it's a very supportive community.
yes, 100%.
Quick shout out to Phoenix Roller Derby because they have been keeping us a little cooler this weekend than than we would have been otherwise, because they have provided some coolers for us, which is amazing. They are the Phoenix Roller Derby is a roller derby league based in Phoenix, a safe space for people to learn to skate and play the sport of roller derby. League is made up of individuals who are passionate about the sport and dedicated to supporting each other both on and off the track. The next bout is June 14th, and there is a pancake fundraiser on June 21st, which I do believe Chef Boyardee, or excuse me, Chef, that's not what it was, Coach Boyardee was very interested in the pancake fundraiser, so maybe you want to hang out with Coach Boyardee for that. So thank you, Phoenix Roller Derby, for helping us out this weekend.
All right, that is Rogue Rimmer back on the track, and Hurricane May. Oh, Hurricane May finding that inner line. Absolutely.
That was a wide open space for May.
Which is crazy considering that there's a it's a what's a 3-2 pack.
Yes.
2-2? Oh no, it's a 2-2, so there's no
Is
pack
it 2-2?
advantage. It's
Yeah.
just that nobody it's just that there's nobody on the track. Whew.
Oh, maybe takes a bit of a tumble there on the infield, but is looking to rejoin the pack as May's coming around for some more points. Decides to, was that a call up? No, that was not a call up. That was just time, it looks like.
That was messy, that's all I know.
A little bit.
Whatever it was, it was it was
Amazing how
it was
messy
raucous.
the 2-on-2 pack can get, right?
Oh, looks like we got another team timeout, this time for Arizona. What I would love to know is, because we have Rear Riot Tattoo is actually on site today and doing tattoos on site, and what I would love to know is whether anybody has gotten one yet. Has anybody in-house gotten one of those on-site tattoos yet?
Somebody has. They showed it to me, which was
Oh,
amazing.
I see one. And overall, would you give it a thumbs up? Excellent. 2 thumbs up. All right, so there you have it.
And it looks really good. Is that the Riz tattoo? Is that you over there? Yes, the Riz tattoo. Yes, very cute. There's a lot of really cool flash designs over there. A lot of skate-related ones.
Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. That's on theme.
And there are plenty of other people down in Vendor Village too. Irish Moon is down there with skate laces, toe guards. Siphon Draw is here as well. The Coffin Draggers and their talented team of both skaters and artists are here selling merch. So check them out. There's also raffle tickets available at the door for merchandise and gift certificates, as well as a silent auction that is going to be going on until tomorrow. So be sure while you're walking around, milling around in between bouts, check that out. Check it out on your way out. And we appreciate everybody's support.
Looks like we're getting Boomer back on the track. I've heard that it's Boomer's birthday today, or is it just your birthday weekend? Yesterday. Well, that still counts.
Happy belated birthday.
You're within the window. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to distract.
And that's Princess Leia for Arizona. Ooh.
Ooh, Boomer almost through,
my
just
goodness.
stuck behind that one last, and there you have it.
Slaya and Skid there decided to take a tumble together.
Boomer quickly becoming the main character of this game for Slam Diego.
They're giving off that main character energy.
Yeah, oh yeah. And just slides right on past the pack and calls it right off like it's nothing, like it's no biggie.
Yeah. Let's see, and it looks like, is that Rogue Rammer?
It sure is.
Rogue
That
Rammer,
is
yeah.
the Rogue Rammer on the jam line.
Oh! That was naughty.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was definitely directed to you. That wasn't directed to me at all.
And then we've got Skaron Yeager, 835 for Arizona.
We got one in the box for Arizona, looks like, and perhaps one in the box. Oh, no, maybe. Yeah, one each in the box, looks like.
Okay, we've got an interesting little setup happening here. Looked like Yeager was doing a little bit of jammer defense for a minute. Now it's going to the high, hopefully to get out.
Oh, and there it is.
And they do.
Yeager is out. Rogie now also almost all the way out. And there we go, out as well. And just booking it to catch up with Yeager here. Yeager getting, gonna get called off. Got picked up, managed to eke out one little point there. Oh, 2 points because of the ghost point, yeah. One track point, one ghost point. Another, now we've got, this is official timeout.
Oh my goodness.
We are
Lots of timeouts.
We are just ripping through these sponsor reads.
We're giving lots of love here. Speaking of which, I have to say the Raven Sweet Haven brought me a piece of chocolate cream pie.
Ooh.
And it was delicious.
From
Absolutely
whose?
fantastic.
From where? From
Raven's,
does it?
Raven Sweet Haven over at the Vendor Village.
Oh.
Amazing.
You better believe
there's
you
cream
will
pies,
find me there.
There's pot pies. There's tres leches. There's vegan stuff. There's gluten-free stuff. So definitely go check out what she's got to offer because yummy.
I had my chicken parm sub from the food truck at lunch, which was delish. They're also doing some kind of a cool thing. It's Italian lemonade.
Oh.
Which I asked, like, do you mean Italian ice? And they said, no, it's regular lemonade. It's like infused with basil or something. I don't know, but it was freaking delicious.
It's Italian.
Yeah,
what do you expect, right?
exactly. So I cannot recommend that highly enough. It was delish.
I love those infused lemonades.
We are light on the track out there. Looks like we got a 3-2 pack advantage for San Diego, and Boomer just scoots right on by.
Yeah, Dolly Spartan takes a bit of a hit there, and on the infield, taking a couple hits there by San Diego, trying to regroup.
Yeah, you're sort of used to seeing that kind of a breakout more often from San Diego, like a nice within 10 seconds. And if there's any team that kind of puts a kink in that, it's definitely Arizona.
Boomer looking to regroup here on the track. Gets a bump there.
And Boomer calls it off before Dolly Spartan can get back around.
See what kind of points we got going on there. I wasn't counting. I don't like to presume anything.
I know, yeah.
My co-announcer, Cherry Kiss, was so good at that. It was like I said, it looked like she had a crystal ball. Was able to tell exactly what the point total was. I'm like, wow, okay, that's a gift.
I'm usually pretty good, especially when I'm sitting next to the eyes. But that was 3 points on that last one for Slam Diego. That is Rogue Rammer. That is just on the verge of breaking out up against Hurricane May, and there you have it.
Let's see. It looks like Strange for Arizona is at the back of the pack. They're jamming, working to get out of the pack. As Rogue Rammer is coming through. Oh, gets bumped out by, I believe that's Lightning the Queen onto the infield.
Oh, and that gives Strange the opportunity to go ahead and break out. So Rogue's got a little bit of time to play with, but not all the time in the world for sure.
Yeah, Rogue Rammer's now kind of stuck a little bit behind that Arizona wall there of Lightning the Queen, Hurricane May. Although it looks like Lightning's taking them on individually.
Oh, and Strange overtakes that. They managed to get Rogue pinned up against that rail long enough for Strange to overtake and then get those points and then call it right off. That was really, really nicely played by Arizona.
That was.
I honestly have it had never occurred to me the strategy of like simply pin their arms and then they can't call it off. Too many players on the track for Arizona is what I overheard. Looks like we got one in the box on an arms penalty for Arizona, so just a little bitty baby penalty, or track advantage. Pack advantage is the word I was looking for. For San Diego, 4-3 pack advantage.
Again? Boomer
again?
Yep,
that's Boomer again.
And
up against
Skid Vicious for Arizona. Skid and Boomer there looking for their opening, kind of getting bumped around a little bit, off onto that infield, playing it pretty close to the infield there. Boomer, although coming high now as well as Skid, so it looks like we might have a jammer race. Oh, maybe.
Oh.
That might be Hood there trying to stop that action.
Oh, but we're managing to break out just a half lap behind.
Skid looking for their positioning.
Gonna force a relatively quick call off here. Yeah, it was nice.
Smart move on Skid's part there.
That was the halftime.
Boomer was coming.
The first half's clock. Yes, and that is the halftime call. Our score at halftime is 61-25 Arizona. We're going to take a quick little 5-minute break. If you're in-house, go ahead and get up, stretch your legs, head to the vendor village, get yourself a snack or some merch or what have you. And if you're at home, do whatever you want. I don't care. And we'll be back here in 5 minutes.
Get a tattoo.
This song that's on right now is Jax's karaoke song. Hopefully it pumps her up. Okie dokie, looks like we're almost ready to get back in it, but the refs seem to be having some kind of a serious tete-a-tete. So, talk about ref things. Oh, now looks like we're just about ready.
Real quick announcement, the food truck unfortunately was not able to make it today. There were some mechanical difficulties, so unfortunately we don't have the food truck for this afternoon. But I do want to mention that Raven Sweet Haven does have pot pies. So if you're interested in something savory and also something sweet for later, go for it. But just to let you know that the food truck is not coming, so sorry.
All right, we're ready to get back in it. At the half, our score is 61-25. That is Boomer on the jam line for San Diego. And I believe that is Scaren Yeager jamming for Arizona.
Looks like both jammers are looking for their opening, but
Yeah.
defense is tight on both sides.
Yeah.
So we have got no lead jammer at this point. Making some
And
quick
almost-
plays here, sliding up and down. Back in that slip and slide that I'm calling it in that turn today.
A full half of this jam has elapsed. We still do not have a lead jammer.
Wild. Oh,
And in the grand tradition of announcers, as soon as I say something, the opposite immediately becomes true as
Absolutely.
Yeager pulls out and
and
picks
both
up
of
lead.
them are out. So there you go.
Yeah, so we had a little bit of jammer race here.
Yeah, we got Scaren Yeager as lead jammer, but Boomer is coming up quickly behind. Scaren Yeager does call that off. Not sure if there were any points collected on that one.
Looks like Arizona eked out one little bit of baby point. But every little bitty baby
step,
point
right?
counts.
And we got Holly Hood on the jammer line for Arizona.
And that is the rogue rammer on the jam line for San Diego.
Another frequent flyer on the jammer line.
Oh, yes. On the jam line and in life. All right. Oh, it looks like we got two in the box for San Diego. So this is a tough sell for Rogie as
Hood.
Holly
Hood.
as Holly Hood
Yeah.
breaks out, picks up lead, already back around. Just a really fast skater here, already back around to the pack, ready to pick up those points.
Holly Hood is one of those skaters, super incredible jammer as well as a blocker. I mean, just really kind of an all-over threat.
Yes. Ooh, ooh. Oh, wow, just slaloming through, sort of catching some of those skaters off guard, it looks like. Rogie's still having a hard time breaking out of this pack, which I'll be totally honest with you, is not something that I've had to say very often when it comes to Rogue.
I can tell that. I can tell
Yeah.
that. Sometimes the moment's just not right. The openings aren't there. The opportunities aren't there. It's sometimes the way it goes.
Yeah, it is sometimes like that. It is the times that it is like that is usually when San Diego's playing Arizona. They are simply a really good team. That is Hurricane May getting on the jam line for, looks like we got Rogue Rammers in the box.
Oh, this
with
might be,
star in hand, which means
yeah.
it's a power jam for Arizona.
And Hurricane May is going to go ahead and take that power jam for them.
This is going to be, San Diego's also down one blocker, it looks like on a, that can't possibly say BBL, can it?
It's, yeah,
Ooh, looks like potentially, oh, it's because there's two people. Yeah, so there was a blocking out of bounds and a low block penalty is what that was.
all right, and May is out. Coming around for some points there.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty pivotal for them to try to shut down. But it looks like they've got Cox goaded in the back, able to slow this pack down, hold them in place for Hurricane May to come and slide on by.
Yeah, looks like
Cox
they're keeping
makes
that.
a feisty goat in the back. Really trying to break out of her pen. But Arizona's strong. They're strong at holding people in place. 5 seconds left on the clock, so they figure they conserve their energy and let that one go probably. All right, that is Boomer jamming for Slam Diego. And that is, who's that?
That's a good question. That's Murder Mittens.
Ah.
23. There we go.
Well, Murder Mittens breaking out, picking up lead nice and early, but Boomer's now also out of the pack. Probably because we've got yet another light track as our box was a little crowded there. 3 points for Arizona on that last one. Oop, and looks like we got a timeout being called by Slam Diego.
All right, and it looks like we've actually got another shout out, and actually this is to thank you to CJ.
What?
For steering the boat, and to the announcers who have covered for me today. This is from our pal Clifton.
Oh, Clifton, that is so kind of you.
I woke up in time for this. Hold on, sorry. I woke up in time for this bout. I actually woke up in time to announce, but Sandy said, rest up for mañana.
That's smart.
So,
you got to listen to that body.
You're all... You know what? You're making this complicated for me, Clifton. All right. You're all doing yo person's work up there. He did this on purpose. I know he did.
Yeah.
I know he did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Clifton, well, we love you. We miss you. We're glad you're feeling a little better.
We miss you, Clifton. Come back, but be safe. Be safe about it.
Meanwhile, in the chat, someone is calling me by my Christian name, which they're calling me by my legal human person name, which feels like a power move, saying, Amanda doesn't care about me confirmed. I'm going to be so real with you, I don't know who you are, because your screen name does not give me any clues as to who you are. So I guess yes, confirmed. Yeah, that feels like I said. That feels like a power move to call me by my legal name in the Derby chat.
It feels like your mom when they use your middle name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Granted, I didn't have a Derby name for quite a while when I first started hanging out, so most of them know me by my regular name. But all right, well, that is Boomer on the jam line.
Yes,
is this a power jam?
Power jam, yeah. Power jam
Well,
for San Diego.
it's a Boomer power jam, a Boomer birthday power jam.
Love it.
And
Fast moving pack.
Goes for the apex jump, doesn't quite make it.
Lots of bumping and shoving right there.
Yeah, I saw that. That was like a shin clash.
Yeah, that's always, every time I see somebody go down on the infield, I'm like, ow, ow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boomers doing their best to kind of skate along the coping there.
Oof.
But, gets a little bump from Lightning the Queen.
20 seconds. They are really doing a solid job of shutting down this penalty jam. Listen, credit where credit is due. It's solid work.
It's a solid defense. You can't deny it. That was a very successful
that was
defense.
A very nice penalty kill by Arizona. 9 points left. 9 points left in this game. No, 9 minutes left in this game. And looks like we got Jack's jam on our hands. That is Jack's on the jam line for Slam Diego.
And Dolly Spartan
yes,
for Arizona.
Looks like we got one in the box. That's Ralphie in the box for Slam Diego.
Uh-oh.
Looks like she's having words with the bench.
We got stuff happening. Let's see. Timeout.
I don't know if y'all can hear me in the infield, but if we could get that penalties whiteboard popped up over it. Oh wait, no, they're in the middle of a conversation. I take that back. Don't let me.
So is this
This, I believe, is a timeout. I think it's a timeout.
It looks suspiciously like a challenge for a second,
okay.
except the coaches
Okay,
weren't
somebody
involved,
with better
so.
eyesight, grab that. Whiteboard's up. What is it? Look, what's it? Did you see it? Did anybody see it? All right. Oh, it looks like we do have a challenge. All right, so it looks like we got an official review coming from Arizona. Once again, and I at great risk of sounding like a broken record, I do understand that most people watching do know how Derby works, but just in case, an official review and/or a challenge, depending on how you want to refer to it, is exactly what it sounds like. It's an opportunity for the teams to disagree with a call or a lack of a call by the refs. And the way this works is each team gets one official review. During these abbreviated games, they get one per game. And it's their opportunity to pull the refs in and make their case. And then if the refs reconvene and decide, you know what, our bad, you were right, they get to retain that official review. They can use it one more time in the game. If the refs get together and say, nuh-uh, we were right, you were wrong, then they will lose that official review and they cannot use it again during this game. So typically we will get a little bit of information from the refs. We got potentially two ejections. Oh yes, one per. Looks like we've got one ejection per team. So but potentially we think maybe that's what's being challenged. Yeah, we've got a real sort of peanut gallery kind of vibe up here. Yes. The whiteboard actually does say directly that is exactly what they're challenging.
While we were speculating, it was actually written on the board. So hey.
Yeah. We're the two old guys in the Muppets that kind of just sit up in the.
Yes.
We've kind of
hecklers.
we kind of got that kind of a vibe going up here.
Well,
and that's
don't
what
know.
happens when you don't wear your glasses.
I have glasses on and it doesn't even help.
I simply refuse to wear mine.
I don't know about you though, but it's a little easier to see the board than it was in LA last year.
Yes.
Oh
my
my
God.
gosh.
Yes. Yeah. Last
those
year
of you
I
who
was
were not at
fighting
Battle
for
in the
my
Bank,
life.
Oh, the announcer's nest is so high
so
up.
high.
You have to climb a ladder to get to it. So that's if that tells you anything.
It's
and so
scary.
seeing the far part of the rink and anybody's numbers on the jersey, forget it. You learned real quick how to identify people by hair, by clothing. Yeah. It was wild. Great view, but for some of those details,
great
it was
view,
tough.
but very scary to get up there.
Yes.
And not a lot of specificity available. Oop. All right, so the challenge came from Arizona, and the challenge was lost, so the penalty will stand, and Arizona will lose its official review. It does also look like we've got one ejection for Ralphie on Slam Diego, and I believe I think Lightning the Queen, I believe, was the one that got ejected. Anyway.
And this happens. There's only 4 penalties allowed in these abbreviated
games. In these
games.
half games,
You've got, and honestly, in this sport, you can rack up 2, 3, 4.
Especially, if you pick them up at the same time. Ooh, looks like, all right, we had, sorry, we got so distracted by that challenge, we forgot to actually announce that last jam. But that was Dolly Spartan that broke out against Jax, jamming for Slam Diego. Dolly Spartan managed to, I think, pick up a couple points and picked up 4 points and then called it off. And that's what you missed on Glee. Anyway, that's Rogue Rammer on the jam line for Slam Diego. And I think that is, that's Strange jamming for Arizona.
Strange for Arizona.
Strange takes the low, pops the star off right away. Meanwhile, Rogue takes the high, keeps the star on.
Let's see, Rogue Rammer is looking to get out against, 4 Arizona blockers back there. So let's see what kind of maneuvers.
Getting awfully spread out. And,
a little bit of a butt bump there by Skaren Jaeger on Road Rammer.
Oof. Getting a little bit of O by Jax there. And almost managing to, and there you have it. Rogie broke out, picked up lead, 20 seconds left. Listen, I've seen her make her way around this track in a lot less time than that, so.
Yeah, Strange is still there at the back of the pack now. Looks like playing maybe a little bit of defense, perhaps.
I see.
Rogue trying to get out.
Yeah, at least a point or two. 3,
Yeah.
2,
Something.
1. That's the jam. And we'll see ultimately how many points ended up on the board there. Looks like 4. A respectable 4 points for Slam Diego.
That works.
However, looks like Jax picked up a penalty in the process. That looks like that might be a low. Oh, it's a directional. And it looks like we got another ejection for Arizona. For that's Skaren Yeager also ejected from the game.
Yeah.
All right,
That is Princess Leia.
that's Princess Leia breaking out and Boomer breaking out just about 20,
Defending
30
the
feet
universe.
behind. I'll tell you what, for as much as because again, like we said, these are abbreviated. They're half games up until the final games tomorrow, and that's why normally you get 7 penalties before you're ejected, and in these half games you get 4. So it's not actually all that dramatic. The fact that people, it's a little more dramatic when you rack up 7
It's
penalties.
actually
That's
easy.
some bad behavior, but
Yeah.
when you rack up 4, that's kind of par for the course.
Well, and these games are high tension, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we talked about this, before everything started. These are 2 rivals. They were up against each other for
Yeah.
the championship last year. So,
Yes.
tensions are high. Everybody wants to win. We've got super competitive skaters on both sides of the both sides of the fence
100%.
here. And yeah, so
Yep.
you're bound to have this.
All right, looks like that is Rogue with the star for Slam Diego. Looks like the star's been popped off of both heads, so I'm actually not 100% sure who the Arizona Jammer was.
Sorry, I zoned out there when we were talking about.
Oh, there we go. It's Hurricane May. Has
there
got
we
the
go.
star.
Thank you.
There we go. Neither one managing to break out of this pack quite yet, though.
Yeah, this is just another testament to the defense.
Oh yeah, 100%. This has been some really strong blocking and
Yeah,
watching.
it's not usual for you to see May at the back of the pack at any time, and
Beautiful. They managed to. So that was a Slam and Snips managed to grab Hurricane May and pin them, allowing Rogie to break out. But unfortunately, by that point, there was so little time left.
Just
It
wasn't
kind
enough
of
time
made
for that,
very little
yeah.
difference. But
yeah, we're just at a little over 4 minutes left.
yes,
Yeah.
4.5 minutes left of this game. That is Boomer on the jam line for Slam Diego. And that's Impaler Swift, I think, on the jam line for the first time this game.
I think so. Yes,
for
Swifty.
Arizona. Giving us a cheeky little thumbs up over there. We appreciate that. We got Snips is in the box for Slam Diego. Ooh.
Yeah, Swifty gets bumped out onto the infield. Looks like Boomer's trying to find their opening against a bit of a 2/3 wall of
Yeah,
Arizona
that's
skaters.
Eleanor and Kier holding it down in the back there. Again, we keep just seeing these jams that kind of come to a halt because
Yes.
the defense is so solid on both sides.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, but I take it back.
Well,
Looks
there
like
you go,
Boomer
just
broke
like
out.
you
I
said.
know, it's Murphy's Law of
And
announcing.
now both of them are out.
Both of them out now.
That's all you have to do to break up the log jam is talk
I know.
about it. Yeah.
I know. That's why I try to say negative things about San Diego so that they'll become untrue. Ooh, tries for the
Oh,
apex jump and doesn't quite land it, but calls it off before
Looks
Impaler
like
Swift can
before
break it all the way
Swifty
around.
got any points there. I don't know. I could be wrong. That was over there, and I'm here.
Also, I'm just kidding. I'm an impartial announcer with no team preference whatsoever. The fact that
Looks
I
like
live in
there
San
was,
Diego is inconsequential.
Two points for that jam for Arizona and 3 for San Diego. And we've got Muerta on the line for Arizona, and I believe, Parajam for Arizona. So Muerta's going to go ahead and take this one. Dancing around the coping there a little bit, looking for some guidance from her teammates, at least to get an opening.
Oh, this is a power jam for Arizona.
Yeah,
Did
power
you say
jam.
that?
I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was checking
It
the
just kind of
chat.
happened. It was just like there.
Yeah, I was checking the chat to see if I had any more clues about who's in there making making comments.
Who's talking about you by your actual name?
Yeah, no, they just dropped that in there and then didn't follow up at all. It's very unsettling. All right, that's Hurricane May now with the star. We have star pass for Arizona.
Yeah,
now
May's
up
trying
against
to get
that.
past San Diego, but that is not
That is
easy. Look at that.
one of my favorite walls around San Diego is that Cox Jacks slam wall. That is tough to break through.
May's coming around now for some scoring. The pack is a little bit disconnected, as we see.
Ooh,
But-
they tried a little bit of a death from above situation, but didn't get there quite in time. Only 5 points for Arizona there, though, which is, all things considered, like a pretty solid
That's
job.
very solid defense.
Yeah.
Because you can see, oh my gosh, 20.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
1,000%. Some of those power jams can be devastating. All right, looks like we got at least we got two in the box for Arizona, and an ejection for, that is Murder Mittens,
Murder
also
Mittens,
ejected.
yeah.
And we got Slam is in the box for San Diego. That is Rogue Rammer on the jam line. Well, no longer on the jam line, but jamming for Slam Diego.
Looks like Arizona's bench is getting a little bit smaller as we get along here. I guess it's a good thing we only have about a minute and, 5 seconds left? Yeah. That's Leia coming around now to score some points for Arizona.
That is
We've
Princess
got,
Leia.
Holly Hood and Remy Ruckus there working on some defense, working on blocking.
The pack is absolutely booking it now, though, trying to play a little bit of a keep away. Oop,
Yeah.
unsuccessfully, though, because Princess Leia just hops right over and picks up those points. Well played indeed.
San Diego's putting some pressure on those Arizona blockers. We've got, looks like possibly a star pass to Rogue Rammer there. Slaya goes down on the infield, but we're out of time on that one. And this could potentially be the last jam of the game.
I get yelled at anytime I say that.
Do you?
I said it one time. I got yelled at so bad because they
no.
said if you say that, then someone's gonna get hurt.
Oh.
So I try
Well,
to
if
stay
it
hands
helps-
off about making predictions.
If it helps, I've said it a few times today.
Yeah.
It's rang true.
Yeah.
And so, knock on wood, ding, 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 right?
All right, looks like we got two. Sorry, there we got two in the
Yes.
box for San Diego, so it's a 4-2 pack advantage for Arizona, and we've got Boomer and Strange on the jam line.
Little personnel change there with San Diego. Waiting in anticipation.
And off we go. Strange finding that upper line absolutely
Yes.
free.
Oh, Strange finds the opening
Breaks
and then
through, calls it off.
Yeah. Last jam.
Efficient.
Well, potentially last jam of the
Yes,
game.
we have to. Yeah, we have to wait and see.
We got to get it official
But that
here.
one was so damn quick. I don't know how they would have had time to have a penalty.
Oh, they could have.
I
It's
know.
possible.
I
Yeah.
know. But we'll see.
Does not take long.
I'm gonna guess not, because San Diego's handing in their helmet covers, so I'm gonna guess. But there we
Yep,
go, and
there
that's
it
our final
is.
whistle. Our final score in this game is 116 Arizona, 32 San Diego. Give it up for both of these teams for a
Yes.
very, very solid game played. And if
Very
you are
good.
in-house, go ahead and come on down to that track, get your high fives in. If you are at home, stick around. We've got our next game is gonna be LA versus Tilted Thunder in just a little bit, so. But for now, give it up for Arizona. Bwah, 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 bwah. And now let's hear it for Slam Diego Wildfires.
Yes. Thank you, San Diego.